Aloha. It's your favorite friend with questionable character. Aloha, Mr. Han, with a Thursday morning update, courtesy of our friends at From the 108, and of course, Jack Daniels. After something yesterday, I needed a lot of this, but wanted to talk about something completely different today. This is not about the White Sox, but this is about the monsters of the Midway, the Chicago Bears. Maybe they should be called the Chicago Chipmunks or something. But as I said earlier, I needed a lot of this yesterday after listening to that press conference that they had. Fortunately, I had the afternoon off of work for other reasons to take care of some personal matters. So I was able to indulge a little because, frankly, it was needed. That press conference, there's no other way you could say it. That was a something. Exactly what, I don't know, but it was a something. What it was, to be honest with you, is it was an absolute Management 101 attempt and an absolute Management 101 disaster. And I'll give you examples. For example, we heard, especially with Ted Phillips, we heard two buzzwords, keywords, whatever term you want to use for them, throughout the entire thing. Collaboration, collaboration, any form of that, and also culture. We heard those over and over again. Here's a clue. Those are keywords. Those are buzzwords. This is management trying to deflect blame for their inadequacies by talking about these keywords, trying to make it look like there's a foundation there, there's a base there, they all work together. They do have a culture. Losing. Sorry. You have a losing culture. There's no two ways around it. You have to accept it. 7 playoff appearances since the end of the Ditka years. And that was after the 1992 season, if I remember correctly. So you can't sit there and talk about how you have such a great culture because you're not being judged on your culture and whether or not everybody gets along and sings Kumbaya in the locker room. You were being judged on wins, losses, and championships. Frankly, not enough wins, too many losses, and certainly not enough championships. That's your losing culture right there. Ted Phillips, I know you probably, I don't know where you went to college, Harvard, Yale, wherever it may be. I know you're a smarter guy than me, but you don't know who your audience is. That is another Management 101 failure. You are not talking to your audience. You were talking above them. You were condescending to them. George, you were too, to a certain extent. Here's a hint. Know your audience. Know who your audience is. Don't use buzzwords about culture and collaboration and everybody gets along in the room. And the one that absolutely blows my mind, to be completely honest with you, is when they talked about how the 6-game losing streak, it showed what a great culture they had because they were able to recover from a 6-game losing streak. The problem is not, you shouldn't be patted on the back for recovering from a 6-game losing streak. You should sit there and look in the mirror and go, why did we have a 6-game losing streak? Where are our strengths? Where are our weaknesses? What do we need to improve? Because you can't sit there, and another thing they said, you can't sit there and say the foundation is in place, except the quarterback, because it's not. It's not. If the foundation were in place, you'd be better. You were 8-8 the last 2 years. Stunningly average. You were basically, and I used this to describe the White Sox earlier, and I'm going to use it here too. You were me doing just enough in high school to get by. You weren't out there trying to win. I don't think you're trying to win. And I don't think it's a matter that you don't want to win. I don't think you know how. Because at the top of the organization are 2 guys who are businessmen, not football men. And they don't meddle in decisions, but, they evaluate their performance. They don't meddle, but they what? What was all that? And one more shot before I go. Ryan Pace, you were asked point blank about your failures as a quarterback, as picking a quarterback. And you responded about the greatness of David Montgomery and how you found him. That That wasn't the question that was asked. That is another management trick. When you don't want to answer the question that you're asked, you basically deflect to something positive. These are all old management tricks. People aren't dumb. They get it. I got it right away. I heard it. One of the first tweets I put out about this is, it's a Management 101 course of cliches gone bad. I know for a fact that's what it was. You know why? Because I've sat in them, and I've done it too. When I've been asked about stuff I've worked on that didn't go well, I deflect to something positive that came, whether it's from that project or something else. It's Management 101. You're not fooling anybody. So, well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I need to go to work now. So have a good day, everybody. And with that, I'm out. Bang.